guys, T. Davis Cole here with the 4 pillars of success. Alright, so today we're going to be dealing with pillar number 2, and that is spiritual development. Spiritual development. Okay, so you want to align your business with your overall life purpose, okay? So that's being spiritually connected to a place where you have a purpose for your life, and your business is literally an extension of your overall purpose in life, okay? Alright, so when we're talking about aligning with the purpose of your overall life, you got to know what is your mission, okay? And so what I've done for myself is I've written out a mission statement, and that is literally me just stating what it is that I want to do in my life. What is my mission for life? And when you know what that mission is and you have clarity about it, it's much easier to align with your purpose. And when you are operating your business through a focused purpose and you're in alignment with that, you find that you come from a very stable standpoint. So you're not all over the place, going with every wind that blows, because you are stable in who you are. You are stable in the purpose that you have for your life, and your business, again, is just an extension of that stability, that authenticity of who you are, and you're on a mission. So in that mission process, you're able to head your business to that, and it is an extension of who you are, and it's an extension of the authentic purpose that you have and the mission that you're serving in your life. And when you come from that standpoint, you find yourself operating in power, right? And when you have that power, that energy power, then you can make authentic connections with people. All right. So again, as we branch off into focusing more on a purpose-driven business, we definitely aren't going to be going on with regurgitated information that's on the internet and just, being carbon copies of what's already existing. This is all about, again, operating with purpose, a mission, being authentic, letting your business generate power and energy to make real connections that actually help people have transformations and get results in their life. Okay, so in this pillar, we are focusing on that spiritual development, because when you are, when you have that intuition and you are spiritually inclined, you are able to have that stability, that authentic power that makes real connections. Okay. All right. So think about it. What do you want to be known for? Okay. What do you want to be known for? Right? If today was your last day on earth, what would you want people to remember you for? Some SEO, some SEO video that you made, or some difference that you made in their life. Now, I'm not saying SEO isn't important, because it is, and it is. Later on, you will find that, there are trainings about that here, but I want it to be about more than that. I want it to be about more than the mechanics of building a business, and I want it to be about you. I want you to know what you want to be known for and what impact you want to make on the people you influence, right? So, the world is a broad perspective. So I could say impact on the world, which is also something you definitely want to do. But also you want to think about even those smaller circles, the people that you influence in social media, the people that you influence, when you have small group meetings, or when you are working in small groups within your business, the people that you want to impact if you're doing coaching calls, or if you are, meeting people within your community. All right. So what impact do you want to have on those people? And so that is another reason why it is important to have that mission statement, because when you have that mission statement, then it's so much easier to connect with the things that you will do and the things that you will not do. Right? So there are some opportunities that come my way, and I'm like, that has nothing to do with my purpose in life. I'm no way connected to it. I don't have a spiritual, inclination that this is something that I should do. I don't feel an intuition about it. So no. So once you again have that clear mission statement and you are purpose driven with your business, you will be absolute cut and dry with what you get involved with and what you don't. Yes, no will be your answer. There will be no middle wavy grounds. There will be no bouncing around, because you know who you are, you know where you're headed, you know what your mission is. Your business is an extension of that mission, and you are serving a purpose in your life and in your business. Okay, so you understand what you want to be known for within your circles, and you also want to make a major impact on people and the people that you influence. So therefore you are stable minded, you are connected, you are operating with power and purpose. Okay. All right, so moving on. So some tips to tap into the infinite power of your spiritual being, right? So we all know that there is a larger energy source, right? Some people call it God, like I do. Some people, think of it in many different ways. But I'm telling you, when you tap into that infinite power source, you won't feel so depleted with your day-to-day interactions within your business and within your life, because you understand that you are a part of a much larger picture, right? I had a friend, I have a friend, and her father has passed away, but I remember when we were little girls, he told us, the world is like a big pie. You can take your piece and do whatever you want to do with it, right? Your piece, how you want to use it to contribute to the world. So everything affects you, whether it's directly or indirectly, because we're all a part of this world. So when you tap into the infinite power, you understand that there are other universes and galaxies, and there's more to this world than you could ever imagine. You look out of your window or you walk outside and there's a tree that is much taller than you. So what it does mean is that there is larger pieces to the puzzle, right? There are larger pieces of power surrounding you. So you tap into that power for your infinite source so that you don't feel depleted through prayer, right? So you can pray, you can simply say a prayer that's asking for more wisdom or knowledge or understanding or peace or whatever the case may be. You can do it through meditation, and meditation is simply being quiet and just, absorbing, the peace around you, the energy around you, and being quiet and waiting for a download for something greater than yourself, something bigger than what you could have come up with or could have imagined. Spiritual studies, right? Or spirit studies. That is just simply spending time in what your belief system is. Of course, like I study the Bible and I study other pieces of literature about spiritual things, but then there's also understanding the subconscious, the unconscious mind, metaphysics. I'm all about understanding that, because it's so much bigger than the labels that we put on things, the labels that we name this infinite power. So everything is, again, larger than what our minds can imagine, but we can tap into that power through prayer, through meditation, through studying and understanding how energy works. Because when you do have that connection, you do make energy connections. And so another thing would be also to reach out to other people who have energy about them that is a connection that you're attracted to, right? So if you're only around people who, their everyday focus is just what they're going to eat, what they're going to do, what they're going to wear, what's on social media, that's okay if you have friends or people that you associate with, but you also need those people around you that can see deeper, that can think deeper, that can give you some spiritual insight or some deeper meaning to life, that can conversate with you on higher frequencies. Okay, so it's not saying that you're better, because I do believe that no person is superior or inferior to another person, but at the same time there are energy connections that can be stronger and operating on a higher frequency that you can tap into and develop yourself and grow and become more aware of what is open and available to you. Okay, so those connections can come from other people who are energy inclined, who are operating on higher frequencies in life, okay? So we talked about this before. When you do these things, you do raise your consciousness. Consciousness is the big thing, guys, and you should definitely study consciousness, understanding the subconscious and the unconscious mind, and understanding how these energy sources work. Because what happens when you do raise your consciousness, as we talked about in Pillar 1, your energy shifts. And when your energy shifts, you have different attractions, right? So you're going to attract something different because you're on a different frequency. That's just like if you change your radio station. If you change your radio station, now you're going to get a different station because you are on a different frequency. So in the same sense in your life, when you change what you pay attention to, when you change what you focus your energy on, when you change what you put in your mind, when you change how you believe and what you're willing to do to take the limitations off of your mind, your energy shifts and you elevate in frequencies, and you are more aware of other things and other opportunities that are around you. So that does give you that new insight. And when you have that new insight, then you're able to, operate your business from a place that is new and insightful and fresh, and is not the regurgitated processes that you are experiencing day in and day out and what you're seeing on the web. So that new insight, that freshness, people are just attracted to it because it's like an energy magnet. And it's something that is powerful and something that a lot of people want more of. So you will find that more people are attracted to you as you walk into this new clarity and have that clear vision, and you have that power and that energy shift, and you're operating on a new frequency. Okay. So when you do, again, that vision is going to get clear. When your vision is clear, I promise you, you will no longer feel encumbered and stressed about your business, because you will not be dabbling in things that are not on your frequency. You will not be dabbling in things that are not headed to where you're trying to go, because you have clarity about your life. You have clarity about who you are. You have clarity about where you're going. You have purpose about yourself, and you're not going to be distracted by things that have nothing to do with your purpose and the mission that you're on in your life. And when you do that, you have renewed power. When you have a oneness of mind and focus and clarity and energy and consciousness, you have power to go and claim the things that are yours in the universe to be entangled with. Okay, so to be a part of whatever it is that you are supposed to be a part of, because you are on the right frequency, you will attract those things, right? And so then you have revelation, right? So there's nothing like running your business from a place of revelation, because it's endless, right? You don't have to wake up and worry about content today. Like, what am I going to create today? What am I going to say to my audience today? When you have revelation, there's an endless flow of everything that you need, because it's you. It is who you are. It is what you are supposed to be doing. So you have a river flowing to you all the time, and it doesn't get dry, because you are filled up, because you have put in the work to find out who you are, to spend that time being clear and getting tapping into that limitless energy source. And you have clarity and you have focus. So your revelation is like, wow. And so it never runs dry. Okay. So that is the results of being spiritually inclined. You to be spirit led. That's what we're doing here. That is different. We are definitely not going to, again, be in this regurgitated state of information. We're going to tap into the inner power that is around, that we have, and we're also going to tap into the limitless power source of the universe and the earth around us, right? And we're going to be led by the spirit, right? By the spirit, so that we can find inner self and be the person that we are authentically. So I want you to be spirit led. I want you to let your spirit live. Stop repressing it. Stop pushing it down. Stop covering it up with carbon copies of whatever you're trying to be, and let your spirit live. Find your inner self and be that person from now on, no matter how uncomfortable it is, no matter how odd it may be. Be yourself. Be the person that you are from now on. Alright, because did you know that you have something special to offer the world that only you can give? So if you don't be yourself, if you continue to try to model your business and model yourself after someone else, if you continue to do that, then what will happen is you won't be able to share your special message with the world, because we're all different. We all have a different footprint in this world. And so when you be you offer that special person or that special message to the world, and you also attract your authentic audience. Okay, so let's just say you saw someone else's business and you tried to be like them because they were successful at whatever it is they were doing. Well, what's going to happen is you may pull some of their audience, right? You know, some of the people that would be initially attracted to whatever message they're giving, but it won't be authentic. It won't be powerful. It'll just be a carbon copy. People will fall off. You'll end up hearing crickets, right? Or you could, get so good at copying that you could become wildly successful at it and be miserable, right? Because you've built everything around something that's not you, and now you're stuck with it because it's your income source. Or you could just be yourself, right? Develop that authenticity with that authentic power within, right? Tap into the infinite source of limitless power that's around you. Get to know yourself, and you can develop your special message and attract your authentic audience and have an endless flow of ideas, of power, of energy to give out to your authentic audience. Okay, so you are unique, and if you really want to develop yourself spiritually, one of the things that you will have to do is spend some time alone, right? You have to dedicate time to just be by yourself, and then you have to get to know yourself. And once you get to know yourself, you got to learn to like yourself, because you might have liked the other person that you thought you were. And then when you get to know yourself, it's kind of uncomfortable. And then you start to default back to your old behavior patterns that you're comfortable with. But those aren't leading you to the purpose and the mission that you should be doing in your life. So you get to know yourself and you learn to like yourself. And you decide, I'm not going to people please. And let me just give you an example. Because my personality and the way I am can be so lit, y'all. It can be over the top, right? I wake up, I'm happy, I'm full of energy, I'm playful. But then I also can be very serious. But when I'm serious, I can speak with in these parables and with power and energy and force, and it's a lot. It's a lot. And so I would oftentimes tone myself down or tone down my opinion or whatever so that I could fit in, because I didn't want to be too over the top. I didn't want to open my mouth and be like, and you can be who you can be if you believe, right? Who wants to be just, that powerful in their speech? So every time, sometimes you just want to fit in and, just be normal, and just somebody might make a statement, something like, well, I hope things will work out. See, in my mind, I already know that I hope things will work out isn't a powerful enough statement to change your state. I know that to say things will work out, I know they will work out because they will work out because A, B, and C, and I'm doing this to make sure they work out, and I know that, it's possible and that I can make it happen through this, that, and the other. So that's my mindset. So many times I would agree or say, yeah, just so I wouldn't sound, too much or be over the top. But that's people pleasing. Instead, just say, you know what? There's this book I read by such and such and such, and it will help you, increase your faith and help you see that what you're wanting is possible. So maybe, check it out. Or when someone says, I hope that this will happen, you can say, well, what are you doing to to see that come into fruition? What's going on? You can definitely change the subject or say it in a way that you're not agreeing with the statement, but at the same time you are listening and you are engaging in the conversation. So you don't have to people please just for you to fit in, right? And sometimes people will fall off. They're like, okay, this girl is too positive thinking. She's too dominant in her speech. She's too encouraging, too energetic and happy for no reason. It's annoying. I'm gonna stop dealing with her. Okay, well, that's okay, because again, that's you deflecting your fake audience and you attracting your real audience or your true friends or your true environment. So that's what I mean when I say no people pleasing. And it's also a good example of how you can attract the wrong people by not being yourself. When you begin to be yourself, those people may no longer like you, and you may attract the actual right people who are supposed to be in your life. Not saying that will always be the case, but there's a possibility. So you have to practice consciousness, and consciousness is just being led through your inner self. You just know, or you have energy about things, whether it's good or bad, and the only way you're going to discover that energy or get access to it is by being quiet, meditating, spending time by yourself, praying, tapping into that limitless source of infinite power. I remember when this whole corona thing started, it just kept being on my mind to go get some vitamin D. Now everybody was getting vitamin C. I mean, vitamin C was the thing, and we all know it's good for colds and all this other stuff. So I was like, vitamin D, what does that have to do with anything? So anyway, I went ahead and I got the vitamin Z, and then I started doing some research. And as I began to do research, I found out that a high number of cases of the coronavirus was associated with people who were vitamin D deficient. Okay, so then I started to research more, and then I found more studies and more articles about how vitamin D can help prohibit symptoms of coronavirus, or maybe even help prevent it. But that's not a claim. I'm not making any claims. There are also articles out there that says vitamin D does not prevent coronavirus. You need to see your doctor if you're thinking about taking vitamin D or whatever. But I was just attracted to the vitamin D when everybody else was getting vitamin C. So what I'm saying is, when you are tapping into that consciousness, you have power about your life. And sometimes you get answers in ways that you didn't anticipate. They don't come to you through some training or something you saw on TV or something you read in a book. Sometimes it just comes to you through the infinite source of intelligence and power that we have around us, that I call God. Now, whatever you call that source, or if you even are in tune with that source, I don't know. But I do know that we do have a higher power. We do have something that has all of these universes, circling around there. Some way we are circling around the sun. We do have a lot of elements to our life that we can't explain. So there is more to life than what we can explain. So I practice that and I tap into that, and that's happened to me a lot of times, beyond just the supplement situation, just simple things in my life when I'm trying to find an answer to something, and my consciousness taps in and I just get the answer, and then I know what to do. Even in my business, when I began to feel overwhelmed, bored, I was so tired of the same regurgitated information. My business began to look like every other business on the internet that was within my niche. And I did spend some quiet time in prayer. I was starting to get discouraged to a point where it wasn't going away about my business. And so I began to pray and I began to spend some time in quietness. And then it all came to me that, what is your purpose? And I went back and I looked at my purpose statement and my mission statement, and I realized that what I was building wasn't in total alignment with my overall purpose. So when I began to make the shift and the changes to pull everything back into alignment with what I was purposed to be doing in the first place, everything began to flow. I woke up excited again. I was able to tap into energy, and I never seemed to run out of it, and I was excited again. So it's all about what you are inside. It's all about your connection and your spiritual connection, and also tapping into the power that is going to help you be who you are, because there's only one like you. You are unique. So no one can give you the total answer to your life. You're going to have to spend some time by yourself. You're going to have to practice consciousness. You're going to have to get some quiet time. You're going to have to be okay with not fitting in, okay? And understanding that the more you become you and less of, that person, the carbon copy that you were becoming so that you could fit in, the more that you focus on that, the more you may get dumped as a friend, the more, people may distance themselves from you because you're too weird or whatever. But the fact is, they didn't know you in the first place. You didn't know you in the first place. So when you get to know yourself, it's okay. You may have some moments of where you feel lonely, but just continue to be you, continue to develop yourself, continue to practice consciousness and strengthen your intuition, and you will begin to attract the proper processes, the proper people, and the proper situations in your life. And you will be happy because it will be authentically you. Okay, so let's just think about the words that you say, because every word matters. Your words have the power to create your reality. So what you are saying to you about you matters. So one of the things that I would definitely encourage you to do is to spend some time quietly and just see what thoughts come to your mind. And when those thoughts come to your mind, see if those thoughts are serving you or sabotaging you. So if you have a thought that says, I'm gonna work on my business, but I'm so tired of this, I don't know if it's ever gonna go anywhere, If that thought comes to your mind and that's a sabotaging thought, then you might even want to write it down, and you might want to replace it with, I'm going to work on my business, and I don't care how many times I fail, I'm not going to stop until I succeed. I'm going to spend more time in personal development, more time in spiritual development, more time putting good things in my mind that can strengthen my faith to build the business that I know I can have. I'm going to learn more about myself. I'm going to make sure I understand my mission and my purpose in life. I'm going to make sure that whatever I'm doing, it is out of a heart of servitude so that I can serve my audience, right? So one of the ways that you can know if you're on the right path, even with your business, is if it's something that you would do even if you didn't get paid for it. Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't prosper in your business, because you absolutely should. But I'm saying, is this something that you could do? Let's just say everybody in the world was rich and money was not a factor. Would this be something that you would do out of joy, out of servitude, out of something that brings you joy and brings you excitement every single day? Do you enjoy helping people in the way that you're helping them? And if the answer is no, then you might want to take a different look. And it doesn't mean that you have to tear your whole business down and start over. It might just mean you might need to shift the wording. You might need to shift the services that you offer, right? Instead of focusing on one thing, you might need to focus on another. You may need to take some of your services down and just focus on the one service that you enjoy doing, right? So that is what I'm talking about. Thinking about how your words are serving you and how they are not. And if they're not serving you, definitely rephrase those words. Find a new story to tell yourself. At the same time, think about what you're doing in your business and think about if it is serving you, if it is serving others. Do you enjoy it? Would you do it if you didn't get paid for it? Is it something that you could do, for the rest of your life? And things like that. So is it a part of your purpose? Is it a part of your mission? And if it is, then only use the words that is going to empower you and help you build something that you can be proud of, something that you can utilize to help people get results in their lives. All right, so it's all about that mentality. Guys, even if my mentality slips, I notice it because I'm practicing consciousness, so I'm aware of my mentality, right? I'm aware when it's on, when it's off. I'm aware when it's going south. And that's when I put more positive messages in my mind right? So when you put positive messages in your mind, you're providing good soil for great things to happen there. I remember, again, when the coronavirus and all of this happened, I was in a state of, I don't know. I mean, it wasn't like I was sad. I was still getting up, working out. I was still smiling. I was still higher energy than normal, than most people. But at the same time, that not knowing was just so weird, right? And so I didn't have the answer. And I kept, hearing the news and what other people were saying. And when those thoughts would come to my mind, something I heard on the news or something someone said, I would say, no, what it is I don't know. And, I just kept telling myself, it's not all horrible. I just don't understand. And then I had to realize that I'm okay with not understanding. I'm okay that I don't understand all of the elements of the coronavirus. I'm okay that, I understand that my life is temporary anyway, that I'm just passing through. And so I do believe that I'm not going to go anywhere before my time. I educated myself on, how to take better care of myself. I also got quiet and because I didn't know, I began to tap into that higher power, that higher consciousness. I began to meditate. I began to pray to God, because that's what I call the higher power. I began to just put on positive audios and just let them play, just lay there and just let them play. I wasn't really feeling anything. I wasn't really coming to any conclusions. I was just allowing positive messages to just saturate my mind. And then as I began to meditate and pray and listen to positive messages, again, the vitamin D came to me, and then a whole supplement regimen came to me. I discovered, the importance of exercising to keep your lungs strong. I did, of course, protect myself wearing gloves and masks going out. I didn't allow myself to speak negative over the situation, because I really didn't understand, again, what was really going on, and still really don't. But all I could do was tap into the higher consciousness, because at this time, this was something beyond my control. This was something that I didn't have the answer to. This was something that I couldn't be negative or positive about. All I could do was seek guidance. And so that's another great thing about being conscious, is that you can seek guidance, and you can be okay with not knowing or not understanding something, and you can accept that I don't know, I don't understand, but I am going to fill my mind up with these positive messages. I'm going to meditate, I'm going to pray, I'm going to spend time to see what I should personally do, because this means something different for everyone. Okay, so when, again, you put those positive messages in your mind, you're providing good soil for the great things to happen there. So even in the midst of a crisis, you can create the mindset for something good to happen, or for at least some understanding to come, or some peace, or whatever it is that you're needing at the time. Okay, so remember that you are unique, that you can tap into infinite power, that you can align yourself with your purpose. So when you realize that you are unique, you can look to people for certain levels of your life, but there is a part that you do have to spend time by yourself. You do have to look inside. You do have to also reach out to the infinite source and tap into the infinite power within this universe that I call God. And you do have to allow that infinite power to give you knowledge and understanding beyond what you may have, so that you can, elevate your consciousness and operate on a higher frequency, so that you can reach your goals. Okay, and align yourself with your purpose. And that just simply means living your life on purpose, understanding what your mission is, living your life towards that mission, and allowing your business to be an extension of that mission, and everything that you do to be on purpose, and to be focused, and to be with a conscious mind, operating with energy and power, so that you can be wildly successful in your life and your business. So what I would like for you to do at the end of this, when we are at the end, is just today. Don't wait till tomorrow. Do it today. Sit quietly for 10 minutes. If you want to set your clock, set your clock. Just sit, whether it's in your computer chair. You can even lay down and just lay on your back and look at the ceiling. But sit quietly for 10 minutes and just say a prayer. So you want to say a prayer after the 10 minutes. So I don't want to confuse the two. You want to sit quietly for 10 minutes and then you want to say a prayer. And again, that prayer doesn't have to be to God. It could just be, I just want more understanding about my business and about my life. I'm reaching out to know what it is I should believe, to know, what direction I should be going in my life. It could be, I'm just wanting more direction and clarity so that I can know the next steps to take. You can make a declaration. You can make a commitment to yourself, to your business, to your life. But sit quietly for 10 minutes first. Then say a prayer or declaration about what you would like to see happen. And then I want you to get a note card or a piece of paper and write a mission statement, okay? So write a mission statement that will describe what you want to happen in your life, what impact you want to make on those people around you in your business and in your life, okay? What impact do you want to make? What is your purpose? Okay, so congrats, you completed Pillar 2 in the training module. And you should celebrate yourself for taking the time to invest in yourself. Alright, so again, you take that one step at a time. And one day you'll be amazed at how far you have come. Alright, so continue on to the next section. Hi guys, T. Davis Cole here, and I am back with the 4 pillars of success. Alright, so now we are in pillar number 3, and it is all about financial development. So you want to plant seeds to reap a harvest. So you want to plant those seeds to reap a harvest. Alright, so poverty and debt is cancer, and you should seek to be free from it today. Alright, so when you do seek freedom from poverty and from debt, it does give you options. That means you can choose the experiences that you want to have in your life, right? And you have the power and the freedom to seek out those experiences. You can choose where you want to live. You can choose the places you want to go. You can choose, if you have children, how you want them to be educated. You have options in your life. However, when you are stuck in situations that are less than desirable, it is mainly due to financial resources. So I think we can agree on that, okay? So Joseph Murphy said, if you are broke, you should seek to be free from it, just like you would cancer or any other illness. And I thought that was a very powerful statement because, if you don't feel well, you're going to do whatever you can do to feel better. And there are a lot of people out there that are suffering from different ailments and different things, and they are seeking medical attention to get, into a better physical condition. So in the same sense, it just behooves me how, people can be in a financial distress situation, yet not look for, opportunities to get free from that. So it's not to say that if you are having a financial hardship that you're a horrible person. It's just saying that, why would you not spend time working on what it would take to get free from that? So, I remember listening to one of my favorite speakers, and he was saying, he was teaching on, financial prosperity. He had started up this program to help people leverage opportunities to earn more money. And he had this student that had an excuse as to why he wasn't there one night. And his excuse was, I work hard all day, he said, and when I get home, I have to have a little supper, have a little beer, watch a little TV, so I can unwind and be ready for my next day at work. And then the guy goes, I believe it was Jim Run that was telling the story. He goes, and the guy's behind on his car payment. So, it's kind of like, okay, you're having these issues in your life. You know that your job isn't going to be financially substantial enough to help you bypass your financial situation. Yet, instead of coming to class, you decide that you need to have a beer, watch a little TV, and relax. So that is the difference. So it's not saying, like I said, if you're having a hardship, that it is, that is your fault. There's a lot of things going on in the world today that could cause that. But at the same time, instead of kicking your feet up and just relaxing in the situation, it would be better to seek freedom from the situation. So that's why Joseph Murphy said, if you are having a hardship, if you are in a situation where you are having poverty and debt, you should spend your time seeking freedom from that as if you would any other thing. Because just like an ailment in your body, if you have an ailment in your finances, it really does cause other issues in your life. So it is a big deal, and it is, you're here today because you are looking for answers to improve your life. You're looking for ways to build your business. You're looking for something that's going to help you get to the next level. So, so you are here today for that. So that would be someone who is seeking freedom from, the ailment, right, that they are facing in finances. So the tips, right, the tips to getting free, so that you can say, money cometh to me now. There was a pastor that I used to listen to, and he used to say that all the time, money cometh to me now. And people would just get so irritated by him saying that. They would be all on social media talking about he was greedy, he was after money, he wasn't out to help people. And it's just so amazing to me how people view wealth, and people that actually have wealth, they are okay with being broke. And as long as you're having a conversation about poverty or how hard it is, and life is hard, and it's okay to be in a certain situation, people are okay with that. But the minute you start talking wealth and prosperity, they look at you differently, and they are almost offended that you would even have the audacity to think that you could have any money, or that you could come up out of any situation that is related to poverty and debt. Excuse my pronunciations if they are wrong, but you understand what I am trying to say. So, when I say money coming to me now, it is a mindset, it is a state, and I'm going to snap my fingers, money coming to me now, snap, right? So that we can change our state of mind to be okay with having money. Because if you can't mentally be okay with it, then you can't expect it to come into your life. If you can't believe that you can even have it in abundance, then you can't expect it to come into your life. It is a resource that you can utilize, again, to have the freedom, the power to have experiences in your life that would also touch someone else's life. So money cometh to me now is not an offensive statement to me at all. It is a state of mind. And if you choose to be in that state of mind, and you choose, as Joseph Murphy said, to seek possible situations and opportunities that could alleviate poverty and debt in your life, that could help you have access to that financial freedom so that you can have the experiences that you desire in your life, then that would be a statement that could help you transition into that state of mind and be okay with it. So if you're struggling with that statement, if you're struggling internally with it, then you might need to do some more mentality work to help yourself realize that it is okay, right? Because you're going to use energy on whether it's poverty thinking or whether it's wealth thinking. It's still going to require energy, and it's up to you which one you choose. So if you choose money coming to me now, snap, right, get into that state of mind, then you're going to have to do some things to help you position yourself for that flow, that inflowing of money. All right, so niche training. So whatever it is, whatever reason that you're here, whatever business that you're building on the internet, whatever you're trying to break free from and get to the next level of, right? Some people are here because they're new to building businesses on the internet and they just want to start learning how to do it. So you're in a great place because you're getting the mentality and all of the different steps and processes to build a solid foundation for your business. Some people are here because they are stuck and feeling, like I can't get past this mindset, that is blocking my success. So whatever it is that you are building on the internet, whatever your niche is, you need to be involved in niche related training every single day, right? And then you need to be educating yourself. So niche related training and financial education are two different things. So financial education will be learning about investment portfolios, understanding stocks, start to read about, what types of insurances you need, and understanding all of the different ways that you can build a financial portfolio. Start reading some of the wealthiest people in the world, read their financial portfolios, read about, Amazon and their business plan and how, and just different things. Start to educate yourself on how to build a financial portfolio, right? And then you want to, again, invest. That would also be investing in your niche training, right? So you can't expect to get everything for free. You're going to have to decide where you want to invest your time and money and begin to pay for your courses and coaching and whatever it is, even if you have to get a life coach or a business coach or whatever it is that you need for you to grow in the area that you are wanting to present yourself in the marketplace as, right? So whatever it is that you are presenting yourself as, you need to be a master of your trade. So that's why we went through all those other pillars to build that mindset and begin to zone in on your focus. You can't do everything. You have to cut ties with all the things that are out of alignment with your purpose so that you can focus on what you need to invest in so that you can grow and become a master of your trade. So, when you finish this process, this first step of, totally my biz, this is you getting into, your own authentic purpose and your own authentic business building process. Go ahead and upgrade and invest in yourself so that you can get the tools that you need to move on in the process of building your business and becoming a master of your trade, right? So that would be included in investments, right? So even with the education process, you could go out there, you could find some portfolios to read and stuff like that. But then when you run across a place where you can get all the tools that you need, go ahead and invest so that you can have a systematic way of learning, so that you're not all over the place, getting distracted with everything on the web. You're logging in, like right here, you're logging in, you're getting the tools that you need to learn the mindset, the mentality, and all of the steps to building your own business on the internet, even the mechanical processes of it all of that's here. So you want to make sure that you're not all over the place, that you are logging in daily to get that. And as you go into your education and building your financial portfolios, when you find someone that resonates with you, that has the courses that you need, go ahead and commit to that so that you can, again, have that systematic process of learning and you're investing in your success, right? And as you begin to invest in your success, you're going to have to invest in building your financial portfolio. You may have to invest in credit repair, whatever the case is, so that you can begin to build your financial life. And also you want to be planting those seeds, and the seeds are planting seeds of education, investment, and training in your mind, and then putting out things that are of value. So there is this process called the exchange of value, and that is when you exchange something in value for what you're asking for in money, right? So some of you out there may be wondering, okay, why isn't my business making money? What's going on? Why am I stuck? And instead of thinking that way, you should just see it as a practice run and just find ways to elevate what you're offering to a place where it is going to equate and value what you're asking for in money. So that is going to be planting those seeds. Sometimes when you build something, you get married to it, but you got to start thinking about your customers. You got to start thinking about the people that's going to be connecting to you. And then you have to invest in making systems and processes and content and products that appease to them. So sometimes it does take some updating, some rebooting, some rebuilding, whatever it takes. Plant those seeds. Keep planting seeds, and then you will see a harvest, okay? So one of the ways that I have had the most success at seeing seeds sprout up into a harvest is the DETR method, okay? And this is a method that simply means to discover something new, execute what you have discovered in your business, train others what you have discovered and executed and you've gotten results from, and repeat that process. This is a funnel. Imagine a funnel that you are stuffing things into so that you can see something come out of the other end. So this is something you need to be doing every single day. You need to be discovering something new within your niche. That could be, committing to this process, signing in daily, doing the work every single day, executing it, like putting it to work, doing the take action sections. And then when I say training, it could just be simply writing a blog post about something you learned today, writing a blog post about the actions that you took that resulted in the results. It could just be recording your results and putting it on YouTube and saying, hey, I did A, B, and C, and these were my results, and I can show you how to do it too, yada, yada, yada. It doesn't mean copying someone's work, but it does mean saying, hey, I am putting to work what I've learned, I am executing it, I am getting results, and I am able to process that information in a way that I can show someone else how to do it. So once you have become that good at doing something, then you understand it fully and you repeat this process. This is not something you're going to do once and be free from it. This is something that is going to be a daily process. So I do highly recommend engaging in 1 hour of niche related training every single day. And then I do, absolutely agree with you executing that. And that means once you have learned something, that means go ahead and put it into action, because if you don't, what'll happen is you'll become overwhelmed and stuffed with so much information that you'll just be a person that's just accumulating information, but you don't know what to do with it. So if you start to take notes, write things down, implement things into your life and into your business, and execute those things and start to put it to action every single time you learn something new, then you'll find yourself making progress. And this is what I call daily income producing activities. That is when you do the daily work to discover, execute, train, and repeat, and you see yourself moving forward in the process of where you want to be. Okay? So moving on. Alright, so when you do the DETR method, discover, execute, train, and repeat, you should have written that down by now, right? Write it down. You should have wrote it down. It should be written down, however you want to say it. You will be on the cutting edge of your industry and a master of your trade. Alright, so you want to be on the cutting edge. You don't want to be someone who is just dibbling and dabbling and just writing what something just because it's something you want to write or say. But you want to know your niche. You want to understand it. You want to be on the cutting edge. You want to know when something changes within your niche. Understand how things work and be a doctor at whatever it is that you do, right? So that you can exchange that value in the marketplace, so that you can have that cutting edge on your competitors, so that you can deliver your message. If you went out of town and you forgot your notes, that you know your business so well, and you know your process so well, you know your niche so well, that you could stand there and deliver a message that is life-changing and that could transform people into new levels and help them get results even without your notes, because you know it, because you focused on it, because you are zoned in on one thing. You have focus, definitive purpose. All right, so that's how the DETR method can help you, because you now know what you need to do every day to get the results that you need to get in your life and in your business. Okay, so did you know that you have gifts and talents that could be sold in the marketplace as unique products and services? So as you go through the DETR method and you get better at your craft, get better at your trade, become a cutting edge master of it, then you can begin to sell your knowledge, sell what you know, package it in the marketplace as unique products and services. Okay, and as you move along in this process, you will learn how to create your own digital products, how to package them, how to sell them, how to set up your merchant account, how all those things are coming. But you need that solid foundation. You need to have that uniqueness and that ability to develop yourself to a place where you can offer that value in exchange for the money that you're asking for before you start building anything, right? So that's why we're going through this. And yes, you can use those talents in the marketplace. All right, so as we're talking about financial development, what's your financial position? So it's important that you know what it is, even if it sucks, right? What is your credit score? Go ahead and find out what it is. Avoiding it isn't going to help you overcome the issues that are associated with it. So go ahead and know what it is. Understand your debt to profit ratio, and that is what you got coming in and what you got going out. So it is important that you do have everything written out. Even knowing what your investments are, that is also including your ads. That's including if you have hosting plans, video hosting, audio hosting, if you are using different image resources and all of these different little things that add up, your email marketing service provider, all of these different things that you're utilizing, you need to have it mapped out and understand how much it's costing you and see if that cost is benefiting you, because depending on what stage you are in, some of those products can be paused while you're working on another part. So if you're in the middle of working on just mapping out a plan, or if you've already built the business, not working out, you're rebuilding at this time, see if your service provider will allow you to pause your services until you're ready to pick it back up, right? I mean, I even have a content provider where I schedule out my content and it's delivered to various places at various times and all of that stuff. That stuff's expensive. So if I'm in the middle of doing something else, I pause, or I'll write and say, hey, I need to pause my service for 3 or 4 months if I'm doing something else and I'm not using it. So that is an option instead of just canceling. See if you can pause your services, but understand what you're paying for and know what you're using it for and use it, right? No sense in paying for that stuff and you're not using it. And so that's why I am so critical about my time, because time is money. I have services running. I have, like I said, audio services, video services, content delivery services, email marketing services. So if I'm not working, I'm not putting stuff into the funnel, or if I don't have someone working or doing something, then that stuff is running for a day and I'm not using it. So that's not okay. So you got to be very cutthroat with your time and realize that your business is an investment. No sense in paying for that stuff if you're not going to sit down and do the work every single day. because what's going to happen is all of these services going to end up coming out of your pocket. So understand what you're investing in. Then as you grow your portfolio and you start investing in other things, start to measure, use analytical data to see how those things are working for you or against you. And then also map out your future goals. Because when you map out your future goals, you can set up a plan that will help you reach those goals. All right, so it's all about having that financial plan, all about having your future goals mapped out. So what I'm going to do, one moment, I'm going to pause for just 1 second, and I'm going to share my plan with you. I'm going to share that with you. Alright, so this is a little outdated. It does need some updating. But I wanted to share with you how you need to be organized with your plan. Okay? As you can see, there's 77 pages here, and I'm not telling you to be this detailed, but I can say this to you, that your mind is like a GPS. Okay? So you do have to program in your mind where you want to go in your life. If you do not program it, it will be just on what you call auto drive, and it's going to land wherever it's going to land. So that's why it's very critical to me to have every single part of my life mapped out, even the things that I haven't achieved. Some of the things that I haven't even achieved yet, because I gotta understand why I get up and do this every day. I gotta understand when I'm logging in, what is the vision? If you do not have a vision, if you do not have a path and where you are going, you will find yourself, like I said, just, not having a path, and you will end up just wandering around and not having a destination. So when I pull up my financial plan, now don't go by this. No, I do not live at this address, so no need to go look that up. These were just some of the figures that I put into my financial plan, because this is equivalent to the house that I would like, and that's how much it would cost. So these are the things that you have to do. You have to go ahead and plan everything out, even the things that you have and the things that you don't have, so that you can begin to see how much your vision costs. Because if you don't know how much your vision costs, then you don't know how much work you need to do, or what all processes you need to put into place to accumulate the income to get it. So this will be just an example. Like I said, this is older. I did a video on this a while back. As you can see, this was completed in 2016. So of course some things will need to be updated. Some things have been achieved, some things haven't. But as you can see, I put in there just how much my WordPress would cost, how much the video hosting costs, how much audio hosting costs, even just having the SSL license, all of these different resources that you need to run your business. So like I said, no matter how much it costs, go ahead and put it on there. Okay? Your health is important. All of these different things. Alright, so having the plan mapped out as to the kind of business you want, what all it's going to take for you to run that business, all of your tools, all of the processes that you would need to run, having everything mapped out and having how much that would cost. What I did was I looked up the cost, the average salary for the particular staff that I need to run my business. And so once I looked up the salaries, I was able to plug those numbers in. So you can't just sit back and say, I want this type of business, or I want $1 million, or I want this type of house. Well, let's just go with the house. Let's say you wanted a 5-bedroom, 3-bathroom house. you would have to first of all look at where you want to live. You would have to see the type of neighborhood you want to live in, the type of school you want your children to go to if you have children. If you don't, just where you would want to live. Then you would have to price what the house would cost per month. For a mortgage, you would have to look at how much that property tax will cost, how much of the utilities going to run you, how much it would cost to keep the house up. So if you go down, let's see, I think I put it on there right. You're not going to be able to run a successful business and still be trying to clean your own house, trying to cook your own meals, and it all depends on what size business you're going to have, because if you have a business where you're going to be busy a lot, you're going to need housekeeper, you're going to need landscaper. Depending on if you have children, you might need a nanny or somebody who can help them with their schoolwork. If you're away, you may need all types of different parts to that. So the best thing to do is to write it out, because I want doesn't make it happen, but I want, and this is how I'm going to get, would make it happen. So for me to run the business on the scale that I want it to run on, as well as take care of my personal self, then that would be $300,000 a month, which would be my yearly income. As you can see, it's all mapped out there. And when you start to really look at the goals, this will be figures 1 for me to reach phase 1. This will be figures 2 for me to reach phase 2. Then you see how much stuff really costs. So if you're not afraid to put a pen to paper or to type it out, make a document, if you're not afraid to do that, then you could go ahead and write it out so that you can go ahead and know what your goals are and know what it's going to take to reach them. So like you could have phase 1 and 2 like I do, and just map everything out. And then what is your action plan to get it? Now, of course, my business model has changed. My figures have changed. I didn't put my updated stuff because some stuff has been accomplished and some stuff haven't. Some stuff is no longer important. So I have revamped mine. I have a new one that I'm not done working on. So this is old. So Total Game Change, I still do own the domain name, but everything has been moved to Totally My Biz and tdaviscole.com. But the vision is still the same. All I've done is revamp the process to make it more user-friendly, easier to use, and to be able to reach my audience more. But as you can see, back in 2016, I was talking about the 4 pillars of success, which is the foundation to any business, to any mission. Having those 4 pillars in place and understanding yourself and your mission for life, all of those things are important. But as you can see, the message is the same. It's just been more clarified and it's just been built upon. And so then when I did have that plan, I did map out how to get it, how many members I would need per site to reach these goals. So you can't, again, just sit there and say what you want. You have to put together a plan where you can see the figures work, where you can know, okay, what is my daily goal, so that I could reach my weekly goal, so that I could reach my monthly goal. So as you can see, this is the work that you have to do. Put in your GPS where you're trying to go so that you can reach your destination. And along the way, if you need to make changes, updates, go ahead and map that in so that you know where you're going. So let's go down. I think that might be all. Okay, so I talked about how I was going to recruit the members for the website, what my action steps will be every single day. So all of that, tdaviscole.com is still there. You guys can definitely check that out. But you're going to get everything you need here at totallyMyBiz.com, because everything's being converted there. because I do want to help people build a stronger foundation first before we go into the mechanics of building a business. And this is a part of the foundation. So put those figures down. Some people are just scared to write down $1 million. People are scared to write down, $100,000 a month. Why? People doing that. People are making that kind of money. So why are you afraid to write it down? Don't be afraid to write down what it would cost to operate your vision. So once you know what it costs, you can map out a plan and you can just work towards that. And then you can use analytics to say, hey, okay, I recruited this many customers today. That's nowhere near my goal, but on this particular route that I'm on, this is where I'll be in a week. This is where I'll be in a month. This is what it's going to take for me to upgrade, right? So that I can get more customers. And this is how I'm going to work towards reaching that goal. And so that would be a part of the financial plan, understanding what your future goals are, what you would have to invest to start to build that, and what plan you're going to take to get to where you want to go. All right, so every minute matters, because 1 minute becomes an hour, that becomes a day, that becomes a week, a month, and a year. So 1 minute becomes an hour, that becomes a day, a week, a month, a year. So it matters, right? Now, I must say, I've been a little slack lately, because I've been at this game for 7 years, guys. So I have given myself a break, here and there. I've taken some time off. I would say in the last 6 months, maybe even the last year, I've spent more time on personal development, just being quiet, listening, writing things out, where I want the future of my business to go. What do I want to focus on? What results do I want people to get? Is my mission still the same? All of that. So I've literally spent a year not really creating content, but more so just working on myself and dealing with my health, just making sure I'm working out and thinking about my future. I did turn 40. So I was kind of in that state where I was focusing on those things. Now, the first 6 years, it was just grind nonstop. So if you're in that stage, then that might be what you need to be doing. But again, have that foundation and that understanding of where you're going, so that all of your actions count, right? So it's worse to take a punch and miss than it is to take a punch and let it stick. So when you are just out there just trying to make things work, just trying to make a quick buck, all these different things, you're wasting minutes that turn into hours, that turn into days, that turn into weeks and months and years. So, but now I have pulled my focus back into content, because I know where I'm going in this season of my life. So now I can put the pedal to the metal, because I know the direction, right? So when I'm in my focus state, my minutes matter. I don't let things just distract me, deter me, and take me off where I'm going, right? Because I understand that if I don't do what I need to do in this minute, then I'm not going to have done what I need done in the hour. I'm not going to have accomplished what I need to have accomplished for the day. That is going to affect my overall week, which is going to totally affect my month. And then at the end of the year and the new year coming in, you're sitting there looking crazy because you're not where you need to be in your life. Okay, so that is why those minutes matter. Shut it down. Focus. Do what you need to do in your business every day. Okay, unless you are taking a sabbatical like I did for the last year, because I made a move to a different city. I was revamping things. I was finishing up my degree. Yes, that was important to me because I have children and I wanted to show them they could go either route. Also, I learned a lot, about investments and different things in the program. So I was finishing that up. Let's see, I was again reevaluating my life. I was going through that phase. So if you're not in a phase where you're really taking a sabbatical, where you're revamping things, you need to be putting the metal to the pedal every day in your plan and your business, and quit getting distracted. Just say no. Because I think we talked about that in the earlier pillars. Say no to everything. Everything that you need to say no to, so that you can focus on what you got to do, so that you can end up where you need to be. Okay? All right, so the reality is the next 7 years, and I know that sounds like a long time, but guys, I woke up one day and I was 40. Like, really, it passes quickly. And some of you out there, you're even older than that, and that just means you're wiser, right? Hopefully you've learned some things that you can apply, and that you're more targeted and focused in your actions, so that you are pretty much focused on where you're going. So the next 7 years. So in the next 7 years, because I turned 41 this year, I will be 48. So what am I doing today that is shaping the next 7 years of my life? All right. And you got to think, how old will you be in the next 7 years? Go ahead and add that up right now. Add 7 years to your life. Some people may be thinking the world's so crazy right now. What if it doesn't last 7 years? But what if it does? Okay, what if it lasts another 1,000 years? What's going to be happening? What are you leaving for the next generation? So you do have to be proactive in your thinking. And what would you like your financial situation to be at that time? And so that is why I'm sitting here today, because I am shaping the next 7 years of my life, not just for my finances, but for the people whose lives I will affect. Maybe my name will appear in their testimony as to how this process has helped them develop their lives and develop their businesses. I'm setting a legacy for myself, for my children, for the generation after me. That's why I am here today, right? Things don't just happen. Success don't just fall in your lap, right? Maybe 1% of the world, not even 1%, less than 1% of the world, maybe they got lucky. But the reality is you have to plan your success. So it does start with that boring, day that you have to sit there, write all this stuff out. I remember writing out my vision plan and that whole 77-page document for the first time. I just was like, oh my God, like I want to be, creating content right now. I want to be on YouTube right now. That's the fun stuff, especially in the beginning. As you get older into this stuff, guys, you realize you don't even want to be on camera. As you notice, I'm not even in the video. Like, I think I have a picture somewhere in there, but you get tired of it. You get burnt out. You get to the point where you don't even want to see your own face on video. You just want to get the content out. And if you having to do your hair and makeup and all that stuff takes more time, you like, forget it. I just want to be in it. Let me just get this content out. You get there. So if you're a newbie, enjoy it, because it wears off. But the point I'm making, the days that I was sitting there writing that 77-page document, putting every single fine detail of my vision plan together, that was not fun. I mean, there was nothing really exciting about it. I was really just researching different elements of what it would take for the business to run and how much that would cost, and multiplying that times a year so that I can get my yearly figures, so that I can know what my numbers need to be each day, each week, each month. So sometimes analytics can be a little boring, but once you have that clarity, then you know why you're getting up, you know why you're focused, and you understand where you're going. So what you do today is shaping the next 7 years of your life, okay? So is, like I said, it's not going to just happen. So if all you're doing is just chilling, relaxing, watching TV, having a beer, then in the next 7 years, you're just going to have a bigger beer gut, no money, and you're still going to be wishing and dreaming about where you want to be. So do it today. Start today. No, you're not alone. Everyone that is listening to this video, watching this video, listening to this audio, they are ambitious about reaching their goals, and we're all working towards it. So chances are, while you're up, we're up. So just know, right, that you're connected. You have someone that's with you on this journey, and you're going to make the decisions necessary to change your life. Okay, so where do you want to be in 7 years? How old will you be? What do you want your financial situation to be at that time? So remember that every minute matters. Know your money position. That means, knowing your credit score, understanding that, hey, if your financial situation sucks, go ahead and say that, and why it sucks, understand, and then understand what you got to do to get to where you want to be. And that would be something like the little financial thing that I showed you. You guys can put it in an Excel spread document, or you don't have to. You could just really just write it out. And then I remember I printed mine out. I put it in a leather bound binder so that I could look at it and read it at night and look over it. Because sometimes life throws you a curveball, guys, and you find yourself in a situation that you didn't plan to be in. If you don't have a vision plan, man, it's going to be hard to get up, because you done forgot why you got started in the first place. You done got lost in the sauce. You done got lost in everybody else's drama, whatever's going on, your life situation, whatever's going on with your children, all of this life stuff. And if you don't have that binder that you could just pull out and remind yourself of who you are and where you're going, you might find yourself off the path of your success. So remember that what you do today matters, and that all is going to lead to where you end up in the next couple of years of your life. Understanding your money position is important, and planning out everything to get to where you want to be is also important. So what I want you to do today is take action. So after you have watched this module, it's important that you go ahead and do something now. Remember the DETR method, which is discover something new. Execute that into your business, train someone else, or write a post about it, or do something about what you've learned in your results, and repeat that process. So the action steps today is going to be to define your current situation. You can literally write it sucks. If it sucks, it sucks. So just go ahead and write that down. Then you want to write down your income goals, and that would be like that plan that I showed you, how to map out your vision, how to map out what it's going to take, and your daily actions that you need to do to reach your goals. So you're going to go ahead and write that out. I need you to complete that before you go to the next step. And then I need you to set up your DETR method process. And that is, where are you going to be discovering your new information? Are you going to go ahead and upgrade at the end of this video and start setting yourself up for daily activities within your niche? How are you going to execute it? Are you going to be putting these things into action every single day, doing the action steps at the end of each lesson, at the end of each module? And how are you going to be training others? Are you going to be writing blog posts? Are you going to be vlogging? What are you going to be doing that's going to show that you understand the material and that you're ready to take action on your goals? And then repeating that process daily. So get committed, right? Commit to the process, because remember, right, where do you want to be in the next 7 years of your life? That starts today. That matters today. What you do today counts. So get committed to the process. All right, so congrats. You have completed Pillar 3 in this training module, in this lesson. And I'm just really excited for you. You should celebrate yourself every time you complete a module, right? And take time to just say, hey, I've done it. Pat yourself on the back, because you have invested in yourself. And just remember, I always tell you that if you take one step at a time, one day you will be amazed at how far you have come. All right, so go ahead and continue on to the next section. Hi guys, T. Davis Cole here, and we are on the 4th pillar to success. All right, so awesome job if you have completed pillar 1 and 2 and 3. Now you're on 4, which is the final part of this series here. And we're going to be talking about physical development. Okay, physical development. And it's all about taking the daily action steps to reach your goals. Okay, so you're going to take the daily action steps to reach your goals. All right, so you want to do the work every single day. So when I am talking about physical development, I am talking about a combination of your own personal physical body and the physical action that you need to take every day in your business. So I'm going to go over the duality of the two, because they do work hand in hand. So a lot of times you hear people give you a lot of advice about how to build a business or how to get things done, but some elements may be missing, and those elements are revolving around your physical health. Because in order for you to perform on really high levels of intelligence and also proficiency, and to get a strong creative flow going, having your physical health is extremely important. So when I say physically, as the first little section there, I'm literally talking about your physical well-being, and that will also include your mental well-being. What are you listening to? What are you watching? What are you consuming in your body? What are you doing on a day-to-day basis? So when I do talk about physical wellness. I'm definitely not talking about a specific diet, because I am not on a diet. I do not eat this special healthy diet, but I do make sure that I consume all of the elements that my body needs on a daily basis. And I'm going to go into details about that here in a minute. But physically does mean having the physical stamina to do what you need to do from your body to your business, right? And also the mentality that you need to be able to think on the level that you need to think on to produce what you need to produce on a daily basis. And then economically, that's definitely doing the work every single day in your business to produce economic results, creating products, services, or if you're promoting other people's products or whatever the case may be, making sure that you're putting out content, that you're doing all of the things necessary to grow your business. And behaviorally, that is your habits. What are your daily habits from your morning to your evening? Again, I'm not on any type of strict regimen, but I do have specific things that I do every single morning and the things that I do in the evening, and I'm able to get things done in my business. So when you're thinking about the physical development, this is, again, not just your physical self, but also the physical things that you do every single day in your business. All right, so here's the deal. You have to condition your body for the success you want. So this is a marathon. Are you physically fit to win? I mean, just sitting here recording the audios and doing things like that does take physical energy and mental energy to be able to speak with clarity, to be able to put together the ideas, whether you're putting together a training or a course or whatever the case is. Now, you can also hire people to do these things for you, and there are parts of my business that I do outsource, but at this point, my business is not, an employer employing tons of people to do these things on a full-time basis. So, unless you're at that place where you are, employing people on a full-time basis to do these things, you may be doing them yourself. And so you definitely need to have the stamina to do what you got to do in your business. And even when you do employ people on a full-time basis, I think it's so critical that as a business owner that you do help condition people's minds and bodies, because the healthier they are, the more mentally stable they are, the better they will do in your business. So if all you do is employ them and give them a job to do, but you don't have any type of wellness coaching and mentality coaching and physical body coaching, then I think that, people just, they do what they can, but they could also create on higher levels if they have the tools to do so. So whether you're doing it yourself or you're employing people to do these different elements in your business, the better conditioned their body and mentality and all of these things are, the more they're able to complete tasks on higher levels. Okay. So tips to getting the ultimate performance and results out of yourself every single day or out of your business. I would highly recommend getting a wellness checkup. So if you do have a doctor or a physician that you could visit, you definitely want to set an appointment, and you want to let them know that you want to get some blood work done you want to check for, vitamin deficiencies and different things, because sometimes it is a vitamin deficiency that is causing you to slack on your work. So that could be the case. Also, supplements, you want to be taking your supplements, right? Because once you know what you're deficient in, then you can go ahead and get some supplements after you've consulted your physician that will help you perform on a higher level. Now, starting with a multivitamin isn't a bad idea, but at the same time, because I am recording this, I do want to make sure that I tell you how important it is to check with your physician. Alright, so supplements are absolutely key. If you're not at least taking a multivitamin, then I don't know how you're doing it. I don't know how you're doing it, but hats off to you if you are. doing it without any additional assistance, with B12, B6, cognitive functioning supplements to help you, operate on all cylinders. Exercise is important. Again, I'm not coming from a standpoint of some exercise guru, because there are times when I don't exercise as much, but I have my resistance bands in my room. I have my thigh presser, so sometimes while I'm sitting, I'm just doing that, or sometimes I'm able to just get up and do a couple of reps with my resistance bands. Other times I'm spinning. I try to spin a couple of times a week. I brought a spin bike. It's important to invest in your health. I think the spin bike cost me $300. It probably saved me 300 pounds, right? Because the thing, I've had it for like 2 years now, and it was like the best investment, because honestly, getting out to the gym every single day is, to me, is so time consuming. I don't want to do that. But even now, with everything that's going on in the world, it might be even harder to get to the gym. So if you're able to secure some additional funds or something, invest in your health, because your health is all you got. A lot of times, people get money, they're like, oh, I'm gonna go buy these clothes, these shoes. That is like last on my list. My supplements, making sure that I'm able to exercise at home, keeping my internal self intact, right? Because you can always cover the outside with whatever you have, and you can build on that later. But if you allow your internal organs to fail or to get all out of whack, your mind isn't stable or focused, and you're trying to go log in and create something great, you're out of shape, all these different things, then you can find yourself having performance issues. And when I say out of shape, I'm not talking about a certain weight. Please do not take it as a certain weight. I'm talking about just keeping the blood flowing, working on, I know that like today I didn't spin. I could tell in my breathing that I didn't spin today, because my oxygen levels are a little lower than when I actually get up and spin and spend some time breathing deeply and all of these different things. So I may miss a day or two of that, but again, I use my resistance band when I don't spin. But whatever your case is, whether you need to get a treadmill in your house, you can probably jump on Craigslist or something. Please be careful when you're doing these types of transactions. Do your research, meet them in a public place, take someone with you. But you can definitely, like I said, get some type of treadmill, put in your garage or something, so that you can get up if you do nothing but just walk for 30 minutes, right? If you don't lose a single pound, but you are feeling great, your breath is good, your oxygen levels are up, your blood pressure is down, you are helping all these essential nutrients get through your body so they can get to your brain, right? So that you can sit down and do the work in your business. And then also rest. Like I told you guys, my first 6 years, I just ran with no rest, and I don't really recommend that. I do recommend grinding if you're going to put in a 10, 12, 14 hour day, but you definitely need to proportion your rest. Give yourself a couple hours of solid rest, so that you can get up and do what you have to do. And then doing the work. So you had your checkup, you are taking the supplements that you may be deficient in, or you're starting with just the basic multivitamin. You are exercising, even if it's just 30 minutes, to improve your oxygen levels, to improve all of the other elements of your body. You're getting some rest. Now you can sit down and focus and get some work done, and you can expect ultimate performance and results when you are in a physical place to do the work, okay? Alright, so when you are physically prepared for the work that you're going to do, you're going to find yourself having increased creativity. You ever sat down and it's kind of like you have a fog in your brain and you just can't get past it? Your creativity is stuck. You keep sitting down and you get angry because nothing's coming. Sometimes that's again due to not exercising, not taking supplements. You're not getting enough nutrition to the cells to produce the amount of oxygen that your brain needs to operate on a level that is higher than just regular, right? So if you're trying to build a business, you're gonna need to create on a higher frequency than just your everyday life. Go to work, watch TV, come home, eat. That doesn't take a whole lot of brain power depending on what you do. I mean, there are doctors out there, teachers, people who do have to operate on higher frequencies just doing their job. So I'm not downgrading their attorneys and different things like that, whatever it is that you do. But at the same time, if you are trying to create a business, then when you go to work, your job is not mapped out for you. It's something you have to create. So you are going to need some different types of parts of your brain, right, to be working so that you can do these things. So when you are physically prepared for it, again, I'm not talking about a specific size, guys. I'm talking about all the things we talked about, the nutritional factors, the movement factors, all of this. You will find extreme focus. There are supplements that I take that really do help me focus my mind. You will find that you will have more clarity. So now when you sit down to do what you have to do, you don't feel like, what was I doing again? You don't have to read things 3 and 4 times. So that's going to help you increase in speed in getting things done. And when you do get things done, it does elevate your mood because you feel like you have made major progress. Okay. Alright, so you need to operate on all cylinders. In order to do that, you need to give your body what it needs so that it can give you what you need. Okay, so I always think of my body as a car, right? It is an engine that I need it to go. So if I don't give it fuel, if I don't give it food, if I don't give it what it needs, then what will happen is it will run out of gas. So every morning when I wake up, I try to go ahead and drink a glass of water. After that, I have this drink that has some supplements in it that I take. There is in powder form, and I will put some links to it. I really don't like recommending supplements because what works for me may not work for you. I'll share a post. Let me pull this post over here. So this is the post that I wrote when the coronavirus first started here. And again, I'm always on those 4 pillars, guys. Spiritual, let's see what I said. Prayer, which could be prayer, meditation, whatever works for you. Practicality, that means washing your hands, doing all the things that they tell you to do. Immune support, that's knowing your body, understanding what you're deficient in, and supplying that to your body so that your immune can be strong. Mentality work, that is listening to positive messages every single day to help combat all of the negative news and things that you're hearing. Creativity, that means find something to do that's going to bring you joy, and that's going to help you exercise your creative energy. And gratitude, being thankful that you're here, and that you're able to do these things. So anyway, that was just a post that I wrote. But the reason why I pulled this post up is because I just wanted to show you my medicine cabinet. Well, that's not what I wanted to do. But I wanted to just show you, I don't know if you can even really see this, but this is a lot of the things that I keep around. I take the Zeal because it does have a lot of different powdered supplements in it. It's like 1 scoop, and it has like all this, like, I don't know, like 42 superfoods in it. And so it had, like, a lot of people there saying, oh, I take ashwagandha and I take this and I take that. Well, my Zeal has all of that in it in 1 scoop. So I just go ahead and grab that. And then the mineral rich I take every single day because it is all of your iron and all of the what is it called? The minerals. That's what the word I was looking for. So the minerals that I need every day. I constantly keep up on vitamin D. I'm keeping up on my oils and natural oils and things like that. When I'm feeling drained and just kind of outdone, I'm taking my thyroid support. I take apple cider vinegar after meals, with meals, just a tiny bit in my water to help things digest and move along a lot quicker. So, and no, I don't take all this stuff all at one time. Again, in the mornings, I'm taking the Zeal, the mineral rich, And sometimes I drink that with the thyroid support, depending on if I'm feeling depleted. I could tell, I know my body, and I could tell when I'm feeling depleted. And I also always take the vitamin D every day. So then when I don't, when I'm out of these, or I want to cycle out, I just do the New Chapter multivitamins. But I don't take the New Chapter with these right here. They do have this in the men's form as well. New Chapter is one of the best vitamin supplements that I've ever taken. They are whole food supplements. Now, I have tried other whole food supplements because they were cheaper. But guys, they're not, you can even tell just by looking at them that they don't have that natural, abilities like the New Chapter. The New Chapter gives me almost the same effect as taking the Zeal, the Mineral Rich, and the thyroid support in one pill. So sometimes I do cycle off of the Zeal and the Mineral Rich, and I do go ahead and just take the New Chapter because it does have minerals in it. It has everything in it as well. So, I go back and forth, and I keep these in the fridge because they are whole food. The reason why they're here is because I decided to snap a picture when my shipment came in. So as you can see, this is full. This I don't even think had been opened. This hadn't been opened. So it's just a picture. Some of this stuff has been, but I was just like, let me just snap what I take, every day, and put it in the post. So then, let's see. If I click on it, it's just going to go to Pinterest, and I'm not trying to do that. But I will put a link to this post, and you guys can read and look. But this was related to the coronavirus, things to help keep your immune system strong, Again, I always say consult your physician, but it does give details of what the supplements that I take every day have in them. And guys, this stuff has me running on all cylinders. I am not even playing with you. Like, my brain do not play. I made this video when I had an abscess tooth and I didn't know what to do for it. I had gone to the doctor. I was taking antibiotics. Nothing was working. But I was just showing you how when I got my Zeal, I think I was out of my stuff at the time because this video is a little older. But when I got my Zeal and my Mineral Rich and my thyroid support, as soon as I took it, the abscess tooth popped and everything came out. Like, it was gone in one day. And I had been dealing with it for like 2 or 3 weeks, even with antibiotics, and my whole face was swollen and disfigured. It was horrible. But I'm just showing you how powerful just getting the right supplements in your body can relieve various ailments that you're dealing with. And sometimes you're dealing with ailments and you don't even realize it, and it's affecting your work and your productivity. So anyway, this is a good article to read. Just to go through some of the stuff, even though it was, again, about the coronavirus, but it's also going to show you supplements that you can take. It'll have all the links. So instead of me sharing individual supplements, I'll just share this link to this article. You can read it and you can click on the links and learn more about it. Check with your doctor, see what's going to work for you, okay? But anyway, but when you give your body what you need, or what it needs, it does give you what you need, okay? So again, I already talked about how poor performance could be a simple vitamin deficiency, or it could be locked up energy that needs a little help to flow properly. So a lot of times, you might be down on yourself and you're wondering, why can't I get this done? Why can't I just put all this together and focus? What's going on? But it's not your fault. You're just deficient somewhere. You could be deficient in vitamin B12. You could be deficient in vitamin D. You could be deficient in iron, right? And whatever you're deficient in is causing, it has an effect on your brain. So things aren't working right because something's missing. So just incorporating a multivitamin could help you tremendously. Again, the New Chapter is awesome. I love them. It's the best supplement I've ever taken as far as in pill form. I've tried all types of supplements. That New Chapter is the best. They do have it in men's as well. But again, check with your doctor first. Alright, so what you want to do is take massive action. Get the supplements. Yes, I don't even want to pull up my Amazon account. I know they love me because I do spend a lot of money on supplements. It's, to me, if you don't get them, you're going to pay. You're going to pay because you're going to be asleep all day instead of getting work done in your business because your brain isn't getting what it needs for you to have the energy that you need to produce the business that you need. You're going to be slow, not getting things done. Your creativity's not flowing. Whatever. Y'all, yeah, this is me too. This picture every time on this side is me. Sometimes it's not the best picture, but whatever. It's me. Just in case y'all was wondering who on the side, who is that person. Because you can always tell the stock photos from the one that's actually just me from something I pulled from my files. But I just feel like I just don't understand when people say they're so expensive. Okay, not getting them is going to be expensive. Like the spin bike was $300. There's some people who dare not spend $300 on a spin bike, but you're gonna pay on your ankles, the extra weight. You're gonna pay with the high blood pressure. You're gonna pay when you end up quitting because you can't get anywhere, because you're not focused and you're frustrated and you're tired. So to me, the supplements are an investment. Let's just say that. It helps me find the balance that I need in my life so that I can balance my business and all my goals there. It helps me to do the work. So if you get the supplements, you can find that balance and set goals, and you do have the energy to do the work. I do recommend measuring your progress. What did you get done today? Just while you're watching this, I just want to know, what did you get done today? And don't tell me what I got done today was I watched the 4 Pillars of Success, physical development. Well, what did you do in your business, right, today? What did you get completed or done? I don't care if it was just a map of some content that you're going to create, right? You need to get something done every single day. Set your intentions and get something done. Like today, my goal was to get this part 4 done. Okay, get it done. I'm going to get it uploaded and all of this. So that is my goal for today. So what is your goal? And what did you get done today? Alright, so every action counts. So your behavior, habits, and daily processes accounts for your overall results. Again, like I said, when I wake up in the morning, the first thing I do is grab that water. Sometimes I do add a little bit of apple cider vinegar, just a small amount. Please don't overuse apple cider vinegar. It is an acid. It's not something, you can use the little cap that it came in for like 16 ounces of water. Just a little bit to neutralize your stomach, get everything working properly. You don't need a lot of that. It's not going to help you to put a lot in it, okay? It could cause you to have over acidity in your stomach and cause other issues. So don't overuse that stuff. You could take a cap 3 times a day, something like that, in some water. But again, check with your doctor. So your behaviors and habits, are you waking up grabbing a donut? That is horrible. Don't ever wake up and grab anything sweet. If you gotta eat something, at least let it be protein based, because what happens is when you've been asleep all night, you wake up in the morning, you're breaking fast, so your blood sugar levels are dropped very low because you didn't eat for several hours while you were sleeping. So if you wake up and you grab a donut or pastry, what happens is your blood sugar levels are going to shoot through the roof. It's going to go from low to extremely high. So imagine a graph that's on low and then it goes all the way to the top. So what's going to happen? Your body's going to have to produce insulin to level out your blood sugar, okay? And then what will happen is, because of that insulin, that can later lead to diabetes, but it's also going to make you feel sluggish, and it's going to tap into a lot of your energy source that you need to build your business. So you don't want to be in the morning using your energy to create insulin to overcome some donut you ate. You want to use your energy for your business. So you definitely want to go ahead, grab some water, have, whether it's a protein shake, or even if you're just so hungry, just have some eggs or a piece of meat, something like that. I usually just go ahead and have all my supplements, the powder, the stuff that I showed you. I go ahead and I put a little bit of mineral rich. I put my Zavita in 6 ounces of water, and I drink that. And I do break down in that post how to use those products if you decide to get them. They are a bit pricey, but they are definitely worth it, right? You're going to make tons back in your business because you're going to be focused and energized, okay? But your behaviors and habits, break the habit. If you waking up eating something sweet, stop. Just stop doing that. Do not do that, okay? Stop it. Really, okay? If you wake up and the first thing you do is get on your phone or get on social media, stop. Right? Wake up, set your intentions. What do you want to get done today? This is important to you. So what do you want to get done today? Go have something that's going to fuel that ability for you to take action and get something done. Get what you want to get done. And then, I have days where, because I'm so energized, right, that I get it done within 2 or 3 hours. Now, this ain't every day. Some days I work them long hours, but now I'm at a place in my business where I do have those days where I only work 2 or 3 hours. Not all the time, but I can. I want to get this training done. Okay, I could get that done. Then I could be like, hey, what you doing? Whatever. I could go watch a movie or go do something else that I want to do. And then I may even come back later that night and do something else. But at the same time, I've gotten the main thing that I wanted to get done today done. Get it done in the morning. And then what you want to do is bunker down. And bunker down means, if you set your intentions, let's just say you want to create a training for the day. You already have the content mapped out. All you want to do is get it on some slides, record it, whatever, right? So you want to get up that morning. You want to grab the energy that you need to get that done. And then after you have grabbed that energy to get it done, what you want to do is you want to go take your water, everything that you're going to need for the hours that you're going to be working on the project, with you. Do not come back out of your office, your room, or whatever until it's done. Because if you come out, it might cause you to engage in something else that's going to get you off track. Close all your social media windows. Turn your phone upside down. There's in your settings a do not disturb. Put it on. Focus on getting that done, and then you can open up everything and you can work on stuff, but it doesn't matter if you're really distracted because you've gotten what you want to get done for the day. Okay? So yeah, set them habits, y'all. Set them habits. Y'all can tell I'm at the end because I'm starting to get like, you're seeing more of the personality come out there.